Hello there and welcome to a new CBS demonstration video. This time I'm going to talk about air conditioning and how to fit it. We stock a range of vehicle air conditioning units, some with aircon only, some with heat and aircon, and you can find them all in our catalogue and online. And also in our catalogue you'll find this installation guide which will take you through the steps to install the aircon unit in your vehicle. And you'll also find this diagram which shows you all the components of your air conditioning system and the hose sizes that link each component together and the unions you need to use. This is our part number Aircon5, and it's a very small, compact and powerful aircon only unit. And it measures only about 270mm wide, 230 front to back and 130 deep. And there are a few mounting options. There are two 8mm holes here that go right the way through the unit, so you can fabricate a bracket and mount this on two studs. And there are a few other pilot holes around the unit which you can mount it on if you make up your own brackets. And this little unit is small enough to fit under the dash above your passenger's legs, maybe replacing your glove box. All of our air conditioning kits come with a set of unions, including charge ports, 90-degree unions for all three hose sizes. They come with a dryer and a trinary switch, which I'll talk more about later on. There's a 3-speed fan controller for the motor and a 3-speed fan switch. I'm standing here alongside our last P4 build, and you can see here I've fitted a heat aircon unit. This is our part number Aircon. Now this has been mounted on two brackets which are welded to the chassis either side, so it can swivel a little bit. This is the control panel for it, the fan speed and temperature, which will be mounted somewhere on the dash later on. You can see also that I've modified the front plenum outlets. There are one each side, which will be ducted off to face vents here and here. I've put these two outlet flanges on the front here. These will go through 40mm ducting to demist vents at the base of the windscreen. And this one here is a swiveling opening vent which we can direct just down into the footwell to keep your feet warm. You're looking under the dash of our P4 installation. This is the rear of our aircon unit. Here's the aircon inlet and outlet here, and over this side is the hot water inlet and outlet for the heater side, which go through this side bulkhead panel and off down through the sill to the engine. And here's the dryer mounted on the pedal bulkhead. Its unions are fitted, and this nut here will be unscrewed and the trinary switch will screw into that thread. Now the trinary switch has three functions. It will protect the compressor in the event of overpressure or underpressure in the system, and it will also switch on the cooling fans on the radiator. And again, you'll find all the wiring instructions in this diagram in the catalogue. And this is the condensing radiator I've chosen for this installation. It's our Conrad 10, and it's mounted on the front of the conventional radiator with about a 50mm gap between the fins. And on the back of the engine radiator are two 12-inch fans set to suck air from the front to the back. So cooling air will first go through the condensing radiator and then through the water radiator. Now, of course, you're going to need an engine-driven compressor, like one of these. This one is a poly V-belt drive, and this one has two regular V-belt drives. And there's an inlet and outlet on the back. which connect to your hoses. These compressors offer a range of mounting points. There are 8 holes on these 2 flanges all the way around the body of the unit, and this end cap can be rotated so the inlet and outlet unions can be in a different position, and there's even an option of a replacement end cap with side exit inlet and outlets. Now the Ford V8 engine in this car already has a compressor mounted on it, so we just had to modify the unions to connect the hoses for our system. Now if you can't find anywhere to mount the standard air conditioning compressor on your engine, there's one more option. This is an electric air conditioning compressor. It's got the inlet and outlet here, so you'll need adapters for that, and there are 2 mounting holes through the base of it here, but you can mount this pretty much anywhere in your car. This is a control cable, and these are the power cables. Now you'll need a substantial alternator and battery to run this bad boy. It drains quite a bit of current. Now this particular unit, the Aircon5, has female outlets and inlet for the air conditioning hose, and the kit comes with unions that screw directly into there to route the hose off to the other components. Air conditioning units like this one always collect condensation as part of the refrigeration process, and they all have drain points at the bottom to collect the condensate in this tank and drain through these outlets. You can blank one off if you want to and just use one, as long as it goes through the floor pan and down to the road. Every air conditioning kit needs 3 different sizes of hose. This is a -6 hose, which is the smallest, -8, which is the medium size, and -10, which is the largest hose size. Now they're not included with your kit because you won't know how much you need until you have your components installed on your installation. The standard Aircon5 has 4 55mm outlets on the front plenum, and you can duct off from here to face vents, footwell, demist, anything you need. But if you want a little bit more control over your airflow, this little replacement unit is available. It's called HT Plen, part number, and it's a cable operated unit which controls butterflies. You can see that it's a stepped operation. One opens, the other one closes, or in between. And you can fit a control cable here to operate this cam, to operate the butterfly valves. And when you've completed the installation of all your components and you've fitted all the unions to the components, you can then use simple garden hose to route your hose layout and plan how much length you need of each hose. And once you've bought the hose and routed it between the components, you can mark the position of each union on the hose, send it all back to us, and we'll crimp it like this to make it a complete set of hoses. Now Aircon hose is quite flexible, but it won't twist, so it's important to get the unions in the right orientation before you send them off to us for crimping. This one's a -6 180, which we've opened up slightly. This one's a -8 45, and both hoses have been cut to length and pushed firmly right into the end of the unions. And what we need to do is to mark that position before we take them off. So a piece of masking tape around the end of the hose, and a magic marker to mark a line down the union and straight on across the masking tape. Now this ensures that once the union and hose is taken off and sent to us, if it moves, we can see and we can correct it before it's crimped and make sure it's perfectly in line. Well, that's about it for this one. Thanks for watching, and don't forget that our team are always on the end of the phone if you need any more help or advice. Cheers for now.